Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to play After Hours. Now, I was kind of interested in this game only because it has Sun and Moon from Security Breach. Now, I've never played Security Breach. I've only watched gameplay of Security Breach. I have played like the first FNAF game, but I haven't played any of the games after that, though I've always watched gameplay. So I kind of thought, okay, I think this would be a fun play. To be honest, I don't remember if this is going to be like a dating sim type thing, or if it's just going to be like just your ordinary visual novel. But I guess we will find that out when we play. What is your name? My name is Iris. Oh, that is so cute. We got like our little employee little badge. What do you call it? Employee card. Mega Pizzaplex. Yes, that is correct.
Hey, wake up. No sleeping on the job.
The music. I jolt awake, a bright light in my eyes and someone's hand on my shoulder. While I block out, I'm so sorry. Off to a great start. While I block it out with my arm, Vanessa finally turns off her flashlight and lightly scoffs in annoyance. How long was I asleep at this table? Lowering my arm, I have a small toolbox in front of me, and my phone is resting where I had my head laid down. Its shape is probably imprinted onto my face right now.
Good lord, when was the last time you slept?
Like 5 minutes ago. Probably a week ago. Vanessa! Probably a week ago.
Very clever. Just get up and get started. I'll keep quiet if you just do your job, alright?
Alright. Yeah, sure.
Alright, get to it.
I'm just gonna increase the volume. Just in case. Vanessa walks off as I stand up and stretch, feeling my joints pop when I raise my arms above my head. Deciding not to waste any more time, I pick up my toolbox and phone before heading through the massive doors leading into the daycare. The daycare's bright lights and rainbow colors are practically blinding compared to the rest of the Pizzaplex. Or maybe I just haven't fully woken up yet. I fucking hate this place. Like, when I saw gameplay of people in this section of the game, I was like terrified. Like, this section was actually what made me decide not to play Security Breach. Because 1, I'm horrible with mazes. 2, I'm horrible with the dark. And 3, I'm horrible when it comes to being chased. All 3 at once? Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm sorry. Time to get this over with. I open up a panel behind the desk and cringe at the mess of wires in the wall. As much as I wish I could, I can't rush through this. I'll have to deal with each generator one at a time. Whatever, if it means I get to go sleep sooner, I'll do it. I love the music. Click the end of each cable in the correct order to proceed. Okay. That is so cute. Okay, that was easy. Standing back up, I stretch again, palms on my back as I let out a tired sigh. That is, until I hear the faint sound of what I think are gears and other mechanical bits turning, followed by something landing in the ball pit near the back. I'm pretty sure it's just a daycare attendant. After all, they should be the only other thing in here, and the small stage leading into their room is directly above the ball pit. Not that I know a lot about them, the staff hasn't said much. And since I'm still new here, I haven't even met them yet, nor have I met the other animatronics like the Glamrocks or DJ. Most of the robots I've gotten acquainted with have been the staff bots all over the building. I start walking to the ball pit, scanning it for signs of movement as I stand on the edge. That is until
Hello? Hey there, friend. Oh, I don't remember seeing you around. Are you new here?
the voice acting is so good. What the heck? You know what? I'm so glad I don't have to do voice acting. Like, you'll never catch me try to voice Sun and Moon and actually nail it. Something or someone jumps in front of me and I'm suddenly lifted off the ground. Before I can even answer, I notice his eyes turn a light blue color, scanning me. I'm stunned into silence, staring at the robot in front of me as he steps out of the ball pit, holding me from underneath my arms as if I weigh nothing. Yeah. Oh, whoa, wait! An icon thing! Oh my gosh, wait, they're gonna do that system? Okay. So, oh wow, I've only really seen that system in older, Otome games, where if you say something that the character likes, a little icon shows up. To be honest, I've only seen that system with like, oh, Mystic Messenger and, Seduce Me the Otome, but seeing it here is like, wow. A little bit of a nostalgic touch. I haven't played those games in like so long.
Oh, that's so fun. It's not every day I see a new member of staff here. It's pretty empty when all the kids go home, you know.
I'll definitely have to get used to how energetic this guy seems. He finally sets me back down, making sure I'm able to stand on both feet before letting go. Thanks, and yeah, I'm new here. Just finishing up my first week actually.
Oh, and how's that been? Good, I hope.
Yeah, it's gone pretty smoothly so far. I start walking back to the desk, but the tall robot decides to follow me.
By the way, could you tell me your name? My name's Sun, but people come up with all sorts of nicknames like Sunny, Sunray, Sundew. Some of the kids even call me Sundrop, like the candy.
Oh. Not gonna lie, I thought your name was Sundrop until now.
Oh, that's fine. A lot of people do that. And the name kinda stuck over time, which is fine by me.
Cool. My preferred name is Iris, by the way.
Well, it's great to meet you.
I can't help but smile a bit. But Judy calls, so I make my way to one of the computers on the desk. I can faintly see his face reflected on the screen as he watches what I'm doing.
What you need the light off for?
I have to test all of the generators in here to make sure they're working. Whoever messed with them last time left them a mess, so I have to do it one at a time. Is it Gregory? Considering how wordy he's been so far, such a short answer tells me something's up. Then again, I just met the guy. I could be overanalyzing. Something wrong?
No, just noticed how tired you look. That's all. I'll be right back. Gonna get something for you.
What? Why?
Just something to help carry you through the night. Judging by how many wires and generators you have to deal with, I have a feeling you might be here for a while.
Fair enough. Sun smiles before walking off somewhere. I put in the command to turn off the power in the daycare. The music once playing from the speakers on the ceiling comes to a halt. Woohoo! Creepy ass noise, bro! Silence blanketing over the massive daycare as the computer screens become my only light source. Removing my flashlight from my belt, I turn it on as I start making my way towards the play structures, since that's where the generators are located, for some reason. It's eerily quiet as I try finding the structure with the first generator. The lack of true ambience forces my footsteps to echo. The glowing red light of one of the generators enters my sight, so I continue on. Somewhere above me, I hear gears turning. I shine my flashlight towards the ceiling, only to see nothing there. Son? I flinch at the noise, frantically shining my light to see what's there. That didn't sound like Sun. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You bitch. You bitch. Fuck you. Oh, that was not good for the morning. I noticed the jump scare sound is when Gregory gets jump scared. That's actually so cute. I've dropped my flashlight and I'm sitting on the ground after stumbling back from being startled. In front of me is a robot I've seen on the Moondrop posters, giggling hysterically. He seems proud of himself, you bitch. I sigh, pick up my flashlight, and get back up to continue what I was doing. Well, if I wasn't awake before, I definitely am now. Oh yeah, that applies to me too. He finally stops laughing after I say that. He makes a noise that sounds like he's clearing his throat before he starts to follow me.
Sorry for the scare. I couldn't help myself.
The voice acting is on point. Sure. I take the first path into the play structure I see, hoping to find the first generator sooner rather than later.
You're going the wrong way.
Am I? I turn around and he has his arms crossed as he leans against the structure. Ooh, very romance male lead of you.
Yeah, I could lead you to the generator if that would make you feel better.
I think about it for a second. If this guy's anything like Sun, hopefully he actually means what he says. Fine. I crawl back out of the structure, and he starts leading me to a different path. He clearly knows his way around, since we find the generator rather easily.
There you go.
He sits beside me as I go to turn it on, his glowing red eyes watching me as I do my job. Maybe it's just me, but don't you think those red eyes are kinda intimidating for a daycare attendant?
Yes, I've been told that before. It was a bug that made them look like this. But that's been resolved. The red eyes stuck, but they're not hurting anyone.
True. Fair enough. The red does look kinda cool with the blue and white.
Why, thank you.
I roll my eyes, a faint smile on my face. Now that I think about it, I never told you my name, did I?
I already know.
Oh, did Sun tell you?
In a way, we're technically the same.
You two do look similar.
Yes, but that's not all of it. We're two different people, but we share the same body. Which means I can see and hear everything happening while you and Sunny met.
Ooh, so does that mean Sun can still see and hear too?
Yes, of course. He says hello.
Oh, nice. Hello. Okay. Art. I'm still trying to gauge if this is a dating sim or if this is a visual novel. Of course, the two can go hand in hand, but I'm just like, is it a visual novel without romance, where it's just platonic, or is it a dating sim where you can romance? Either one. The art is screaming dating sim, though. You don't really get this, like, if it's a platonic visual novel. Moon laughs a bit, leaning back against the wall of the structure.
I do think you should continue with that job of yours, though.
Yeah. Right on it. Focusing back on the generator, I flip the switch and watch as the red light on the device turns green. Well, looks like that works. I flip it again before making my way back out of the structure, and I hear Moon following close behind. Standing up straight, I can't read. I attach my flashlight to my belt before stretching my arms above my head. I sigh, arms dropping back to my sides as I go to turn the lights on from the desk. I hear the lights turn back on and the music of the daycare start playing as I turn around and flinch at the sight of Sun already there, smiling brightly.
Hello again.
Hey, so you two just switch out whenever you need to?
No, it depends on whether the lights are on or not. I'm in charge when the lights are on, and Moody's in charge when they're off. I still don't like that he decided to scare you, though.
Weirdly enough, the sight of him irritated with his arms crossed is weirdly endearing. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm over it. Sun just pouts, turning his head away from me. I smile at the sight. Why do they keep the generators in there anyway? don't you think it would be kind of dangerous to keep the generators in the place kids would be playing in?
Oh, well, that's just a temporary thing. They've kind of been out of commission, so thankfully they couldn't hurt anyone anyway.
And when exactly are these things getting moved? Sun looks like he's about to respond, but goes silent for a minute. I can literally hear the gears turning in his head. He just shrugs. Well, isn't that reassuring? I turn back to the desk so I can keep track of my progress. On it is a short checklist to keep track of how each generator is working. Art, art. And it's so pretty too. Like, this kind of looks like a halo effect, and his eyes are glowing. Cute. Oh my god, look at the dinosaur pen. Is that a Stegosaurus? Is the, like the spikes and all that? I start looking around for a pen when Sun sticks his hand in front of my face, holding one with a cute little dinosaur on the cap.
Here you go.
I smile at the gesture, taking the pen so I can mark my progress. Thanks. Alright, here we go again. I go back to the cables, sighing at the tangled mess I still have to deal with. Ooh, okay. Same one, just a little bit more complicated. Okay. This is not it. Oh, yeah, it is. I was a bit confused. And then the last one. Okay. I stand up and take a look at my work. Time to do it all again, I guess. Sorry. Just kind of just near the wire. As I go to turn the light off again, I hear music blasting from somewhere else. Which is weird, since usually the radio is off when the Pizzaplex is closed for the night. Any idea what that music is?
That's the DJ. Oh, he makes his own music, so it's out of ordinary to hear it during the night when everyone's gone home. I would love to be friends with him, but I'm too busy to leave this place most of the time.
Really?
Yep.
When was the last time you left this place?
Okay, well, technically I've never left. But every hour when the power gets rerouted, Moody goes off patrol around the Pizzaplex to make sure we don't get any intruders. He says the DJ makes for good company.
I rub my eyes, feeling my lack of sleep catching up with me again. The stress of a new job is really taking a toll on my sleep schedule, I think. I'm so sorry. Why do they need Moon to patrol the place? Isn't that what the staff bots are for?
The staff bots help alert Moon to anything or anyone that shouldn't be there.
I let out a yawn as I go back to the computer. That's cool. Switching the lights off, the daycare once again descends into mostly silence. I hear gears wiring behind me as Moon hums slightly. Yeah.
I thought so.
I hear Moon step away for a minute. Yawning again, I take my flashlight off my belt as I start to approach the play structures, stopping once I'm a few feet away from the desk. I wait for Moon to come back, since I have a feeling I'll get lost if he doesn't help me with finding the other generators. Hearing the sound of gears wiring above me, I point my flashlight towards the ceiling. He's easier to find this time, probably because he's not trying to startle me again. He lowers himself to the floor, a long cable hooked onto his back from the ceiling, so that's how he flies around the place? There you are.
Here, take this.
He holds out an already open soda can for me to take, a grape-flavored Fizzy Fazz, to be specific. Thanks.
No problem. Sonny meant to get it for you earlier, but I had something different in mind.
He has a smug grin on his face. Yeah, like scaring the shit out of me. I roll my eyes as I take a long sip of the carbonated heart attack in a can.
Come on. Live a little.
Checking the watch on my other hand, I see that it's already nearing 1 in the morning. You gotta get those rookie numbers up. That's light work, no reaction. For the hour I've spent awake, I've gotten surprisingly little done. Great. You want to help with the other generators or what? Moon's expression didn't change. He just stares at me for a moment before speaking.
You look exhausted.
I am exhausted.
Shouldn't you take a break then?
I take another sip of soda, raising an eyebrow. And do what?
Well, I have my hourly patrol to take care of. You could always head along.
Sure. You know what? Yeah, sure. Just as long as Vanessa doesn't see me, I guess. Moon's smile grew ever so slightly at my statement, but it seemed like more of a genuine smile than his gremlin look from earlier.
I doubt that'll happen. The Pizza Boys is a big place, so the chances of her running into us are rather small.
I know, but still.
Trust me, it won't happen. Besides, you need to take it easy for a while. You look like you're ready to pass out.
I'd love to if I didn't have a job to do. The cable still attached to his back, Moon hovers ever so slightly above the ground before approaching me.
Not right now, you don't.
Without another word, Moon wraps his arms around my torso before the cable lifts him up at least 40 feet above the ground. How long is that in meters? Like 20-ish meters, is it? Holy. Panicked, I cling onto him as I stare at the ground far beneath us. Moon doesn't seem to react, simply navigating through the air, carrying me with him.
Don't worry, I won't drop you.
Yeah, you better fucking not. Oh, you better not. Moon clearly knows this place like the back of his hand, because it only takes around a few minutes for us to reach the atrium, with the giant holograms of the Glamrock still active despite the Pizzaplex being closed for the night. We pass over a few security bots who pay us no mind. Occasionally, one will look up at us and then continue on with the same blank expression as every other bot. Eventually, I get used to being so high off the ground. Moon says nothing as he scans the area for intruders, thankfully saying nothing out of the ordinary. Is it Gregory? Gregory, breaking in, you little shit. Moon lands on a railing on the 3rd floor of the atrium, likely about to change directions and head somewhere. Ooh, okay. That is, until an alarm starts blaring from one of his speakers, and he suddenly turns to look in a different direction. Oh my gosh, I remember hearing that noise in Security Breach, and like, whenever I would hear... Because I watched Markiplier play it. Whenever I heard that noise when he played it, I like dreaded it. I was like, fuck! Like, you're cooked. Hopping off of the railing, Moon sets me down before hovering off the ground again.
Stay here. One of the staff bots alerted me to an intruder.
Oh, are we gonna see Gregory? Before I can get another word in, Moon leaves, pushing off the railing to give himself a boost as he flies off. Sighing, they made the staff bots look so adorable. The staff bots look so creepy in the game. Sighing, I look up when I see another staff bot looking at me, seemingly confused. Just guessing by the way it stops and tilts its head when it sees me. It's hard to tell what these guys are thinking when they basically can't emote. You can tell me if Vanessa's nearby, right? The bot stares. I stare back. I nod in understanding before going to sit in one of the booths at El Chips. Staring at the menu on the other side of the small restaurant, I remember something important. I haven't eaten anything since, this morning? Maybe that's also why I feel so out of it. If only I could inhale the pictures of food on the wall. I try the next best thing and search behind the counter for basically anything that's edible. I find an unopened bag of nachos. Good enough. I head back to the booth, opening the bag of chips and eating my makeshift lunch. Peering back into the atrium, the bot isn't there anymore. From where I'm sitting, it looks like the number of staff bots around seems pretty sparse in general. Maybe they're gone to wherever Moon is? Not that I know where he went anyway. I don't think much of it, simply continuing to fuel up on chips while listening to the droning ambience of the many bright lights in the atrium. Sorry, I just couldn't read that. Oh. I can feel my ears ringing from the silence. That and the sound of me eating the chips alone becomes deafeningly loud. Oh my god, it is so loud. Maybe I somehow got used to the daycare's non-stop music loop already. It feels strangely empty here without it. Oh my god, it's so loud. The lack of ambience is almost unbearable. Standing up, I go to throw away the now empty chip bag, one hand on my head as my vision goes blurry for a moment, as if I stood up too fast. Yeah, overworked and underpaid, I see. Walking back to the railing, I lean against it, looking down and squeezing my eyes shut as I try to quell this nauseating feeling. When I open them again, my vision is still fading in and out. And is it just me, or does my vision seem weirdly red? Red? No, wait! Oh, wait. Stumbling back, I look around for one of the staff bots for help, disoriented by whatever is happening to me. But instead of a staff bot, is it... Oh my god, it is! Vanessa! Wait. Okay. To be honest, I don't know if it's confirmed, but I'm pretty sure this is like Vanessa, or like Vanessa's clone. Like, I kind of forgot what were the theories around that. I only saw that one ending where, like, she takes it off and it's like Vanessa, and then there's like another Vanessa that fell. I don't know. What I vaguely see approaching me from this right is a gray humanoid silhouette and two bright red eyes fixated on me. Intruder. What did they call the rabbit before we found out that it was Vanessa? Did they just call the rabbit Vanessa? I completely forgot if the white rabbit had a name. Startled, I make a run for the stairs, hoping to find a staff bot somewhere nearby. My vision still hasn't fixed itself. In fact, it's gotten worse, as I misstep and tumble down the first short flight of stairs. I force myself back up, using the railing for support before something grabs the back of my shirt. Fight back! Fight back! I let go and try to swing at whoever grabbed me, missing due to my disorienting vision. Fuck. I bump into the other railing before being dragged back up by the stairs by one of my arms, my attacker having an iron grip on it. Looking up, I see someone clad in a gray rabbit costume, bright red eyes staring down at me with an eerily large, unmoving black grin. Let go, you bastard! The sound of my voice is completely drowned out by the strange sound of my ears, the face of the person fading in and out as my sight continues to worsen by the second. I feel like my head is splitting open from the noise. I can't even try to orient myself. Reduced to a rag doll, it gets harder and harder for me to try and escape as I'm dragged back into L chips. I helplessly try to grab at the top floor to no avail. The ringing is overpowered by the sound of my own heart pounding in my head at this point. We're nearing the kitchen at the back of the small restaurant, blocked off by a metal door. I'm running out of time. I try kicking my attacker, but they seem unfazed, using just one arm to drag me back. Their other hand wields a large kitchen knife. They're going to kill me. They're going to drag me into the kitchen and kill me. Where's Vanessa? Does she know what's happening? I don't know. Would she be able to find us? Would I be dead and buried before anyone even knew I was gone? I'm just barely able to cling onto the corner of the counter, trying to buy whatever time I can. Call for help. I try calling for someone, anyone to help me, unsure if I can even be heard as my grip on the counter starts to slip. Call for a staff bot. My attacker has both hands on the back of my shirt and is pulling hard. One of my hands slips from the counter. I can't hang on much longer. I'm going to die. Call for Moon. Moon! Moon, help me! Please! My hand slips from the counter, and I'm dragged back. I'm practically clawing at the floor, but the costume stranger yanks me back before pushing open the door to the kitchen and throwing me in. There's no lights on in here, so I'm almost completely drowned in darkness as I land on the cold floor, save for the small beam of light coming from beyond the door. Ooh. Looking behind me, I see that bit of light start slipping away as the attacker's silhouette starts to merge with the darkness, their red eyes being the only thing I see, and probably the last thing I'll see. The beam of light from beyond the door floods back into the room, and the gray rabbit is nowhere to be seen. My vision finally starts to clear up as I look towards whatever landed nearby. This gotta be a dating sim. Ain't no way they have Moon doing a kabedon, and it's just platonic. Straight up. A different pair of red eyes looks back at me and lunges in my direction. I scurry backward, panicked, until two familiar robotic arms grab me, pulling me back out of the kitchen and into the atrium. I can finally see clearly, and the ringing noise is completely replaced by my racing heartbeat. I stare out into nothing, even as I'm carried into the air. Flying back from the atrium into the daycare, Moon's grip on me is so strong that he's on the verge of crushing my spine. He finally starts to slow down as we pass over the daycare wall, the once eerie silence hanging over us. He makes a smooth landing on the floor, the cable on his back unhooking and retreating back to the ceiling as I'm placed on the ground. He doesn't let go though. It almost feels like his arms are shaking, or maybe that's me? I can't see his face. He's slouched in a way where my head is almost resting on his shoulder, and he's staring at the floor. His arms finally loosen, as if he just let out a relieved sigh before letting go of me. I myself can't find words for what just happened. Whenever I open my mouth to speak, my mind completely blanks. Instead, I drop to the floor. My fight or flight is still kicked in, and my hands are shaking uncontrollably. Moon's expression darkens slightly. Does he want to say something? His faceplate turns slightly, and he walks over to something on the floor a few yards away. He silently picks it up and returns it to me. My flashlight. I'm pretty sure I can hear his fans revving up, and he looks like he's deep in thought. He sits down in front of me, resting his faceplate on the palm of his hand.
Did she hurt you at all?
I fidget with the flashlight a bit. Battery's dead. No, thank God.
Good. I'm sorry for not being sooner.
What do you mean, sorry? You're not the one who's gonna stab me and shit. Like, it's fine.
You could have died.
Yeah, not because of you, because of someone else. You don't say sorry for that. And you fucking saved me anyways. You still showed up quickly enough that it didn't happen, so... Why do you care so much anyway? I mean, I'm sure anyone would care, especially if the person is supposed to be like a daycare attendant, right? Or someone who patrols, like I'm pretty sure they would care. I basically just got here and well, you barely know me. Still, it's just kind of like you're a person who almost died. Of course they're gonna care.
This is my job.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't just look after the kids. Everyone that steps into the building is my responsibility. And that includes you.
Moon suddenly gets back up and walks over to the massive doors by the desk. Where are you going?
Locking this place up. Whoever ignored you is still in the building. I can't leave you alone here to go deal with it. And bringing you with me is too risky.
I watch as Moon moves various objects in front of the door, from desk chairs to smaller play structures, basically anything decently heavy enough to barricade the door. Can't you just lock it?
Already did.
Jesus.
But I'm not taking any chances.
Eventually, I'm able to stand up again and go over to the charging dock by the desk to recharge my flashlight.
I'm guessing you'd rather get out of here sooner than later, right?
Not in a rush. To leave by myself, really. I live alone, so...
Oh. Still, you can't stay here forever. Well, if you want to keep going with the generators, just say the word.
Right. I remove my flashlight from the charging dock, and sure enough, it works. I turn it on and point it back at the structures. Shall we? Moon nods, and we waste no time finding the next generator. Thankfully, it works just fine now. With that over with, we go back to the desk to turn the lights back on. Speaking of, I wonder how Sun's taking all of this. Moon did say they can both see and hear everything happening, even if they're not the one piloting the robot body. I catch a glimpse of the time as I'm turning the lights back on. 2 a.m. Oh, wait, is this gonna go all the way to 6 a.m.? 6 a.m. Okay. The daycare is slowly lit up, and as usual, the music comes back on. Even with the cheerful music, the mood remains heavy as ever. However, I'm given no time to think as I'm spun back around by a very worried Sun, frantically checking me for any injuries.
Oh my gosh, are you sure you're okay? You poor thing, you must have been so scared. Oh, I'm sorry we weren't there sooner. If only we knew we would have...
Don't worry, I'm okay. Sun still looks guilty. He continues to check my arms and torso to see if I'm hurt, but at least he isn't pulling me around like a rag doll.
I have to worry. Keeping everyone safe here is my job. If I can't protect one person, then...
Sun is visibly distraught. His rays are practically drooping. Seems that didn't help much. Calm him with words, calm him with a hug, continue doing your job. Well, obviously it's one of these. We'll give him a hug. It's a bit of a reach, considering how tall he is compared to me, even when kneeling, but I managed to wrap my arms around Sun's torso, hoping that'll calm him down. Sun doesn't say anything, but instead hugs me back, his internal fans getting much louder. He has one arm around my torso and one hand softly holding the back of my head. It's a gentle hug. It feels safe. We say nothing for a few minutes. I was trying to calm him down, but honestly, this hug is a huge comfort for me too. No wonder they're trusted with kids. Even as an adult, I feel an odd sense of security around them. Considering what just happened, it feels nice. Question?
Huh?
What was Moon alerted to anyway?
Oh, a little boy snuck in to see Freddy again.
It's Gregory again. He seems irritated when he says that. Again? Yeah, that's what I was saying.
This isn't the first time the little role breaker snuck in here.
Something tells me that security isn't as strict as you would think, though, if a kid managed to sneak in more than once. But if he just wants to see Freddy, then I don't really see a problem with it. It's not like the kid's hurting anyone, and I doubt Freddy's gonna let him get into trouble. He seems almost playfully bitter. What did this kid even do? Maybe I should ask later, though. I have to keep going with the generators. True, I don't think Gregory did anything to Sun or Moon. He did something to Chica, I know that for sure, crushing Chica under like a fucking hydraulic press type thing, but I don't think Gregory, just from memory, I don't think Gregory did anything to Sun or Moon. I could be incorrect though, because I watched gameplay of Security Breach a long time ago. I don't get very far though, before I'm suddenly picked up by Sun. What the? Where are we going? Sun manages to carry me with one arm, using the other one to move various other objects in front of the massive door.
Making sure no one's getting in here.
Can't you put me down though?
No. After all that, there's no way I can leave you on your own now.
I like the way Sun talks.
What if that person finds you here and we're not around?
Like, it tickles my brain. Sun, we're in the same room. If that person somehow got in, I'm pretty sure you'd notice. Looking up at Sun's face, I noticed a long cable lower from the ceiling and hook onto Sun's back.
You heard Moon. We're not taking any chances.
Okay. Very, very close. Also the lighting, bro. So nice. What the heck? Oh, look at that. That's so nice. Crispy. Ooh. I could eat that. I could eat that lighting. It looks like jelly. Yum. You heard, Moon. We're not... Oh no, he already said that. I'm so sorry. We suddenly jerk upward, and I'm lifted into the air along with Sun, albeit much faster and more recklessly than Moon. Hey, at least let me call Vanessa first. I don't think she even knows about that freak, since the staff bots didn't react at all.
Oh, gosh, you're right. Okay, but we're making it quick.
Sure thing. Sun suddenly changes directions in the air as we start heading back towards the desk. However, I think Sun tried dropping from this height way too early, as we basically start free falling towards the ball pit. Oh shit. Whoa! Grab onto Sun. I am just barely able to grab onto Sun before gravity takes me. We're both tangled in the cable though. Once again, we're stunned into silence. Just when I thought things were calming down, I feel my heart going a mile a minute from adrenaline, and Sun's internal fans are on full blast, just like my laptop. I keep clinging onto Sun for dear life as we're slowly lowered into the ball pit. I'm so sorry, I can't read. Clutching my chest with one hand over my racing heart, I'm able to get out of the tangled mess pretty easily. Sun is clearly having a harder time though, just trashing in the tangled cable. Sun, chill out. Let me get you out of that.
No, no thanks. I'm fine. I can get out myself.
I sigh, standing in silence for about a minute as Sun fails to get himself out. Sun? Sun finally stops, his faceplate drooping in defeat. Do you want my help now? Alright then, hold still for a second. Oh, are we gonna get a puzzle where we get him? Never mind, I kind of thought there would be like a little puzzle, like, you know, the ones that we've been doing, and then he's just tangled up in it. That would have been so funny. Getting him out of the cable isn't hard. Once I'm done, I unhook the cable from his back and let it retreat back to the ceiling. I give Sun a minute before I decide to speak again. You want to get out of the ball pit now? I can't tell if he's upset or embarrassed at what just happened, as we exit the ball pit and make the walk back to the desk.
That's kind of why I don't use the cable, funnily enough. I usually just leave it to Moon.
Oh, really? Actually, I kinda get it now. Not to diss you or anything, but Moon seems to know what he was doing, I think.
Yep, he has a lot more time to practice because of patrols, plus being active whenever the kids are sleeping.
So, he doesn't go free falling and end up tangled in the cable?
Well, no, but I could do it just as well.
Not doubting that, you just need more time. You tried your best, so I can't really be mad. Sun smiles sheepishly, his rays spinning a bit.
Well, I'm happy you think so.
How he manages to be this endearing is beyond me. He really is as sunny as his name. I can't hold back a smile as I go to pick up my phone from the desk. Glancing back at Sun, I pull up Vanessa's contact on my phone and hold it out for Sun to take. You want to call Vanessa for me? I can work on the next generator in the meantime.
Yes, please.
Sun wastes no time grabbing the phone and calling Vanessa, and I leave him to it as I go to sort out the next mess of cables. Okay. Okay, sorry, that kind of tripped me. I was like, what the hell? Nice. Standing up straight, I stretch my arms over my head as I glance back at Sun on the phone. He has the device held in front of him, probably on speaker mode, and he seems concerned? Not that I was really paying attention to what he was doing just now.
There's no need for that. I'm sure you'll see what I mean if you look at the cameras. Maybe not right now, but whenever you have the time.
He's waving his other hand in front of him nervously, and his rays have shrunk a little bit. What did Vanessa say to him? Sun glances over me for a moment before Vanessa starts talking again, and he sets his attention back on the phone.
If something really did happen, the staff bots would have let me know.
But what if they don't?
That can't be possible. I believe that if it was just one bot, but there's no way that many of them would just stop working out of nowhere.
Well, what if they didn't think the person was dangerous?
Son, that's not possible. They're supposed to go on, but they say someone that shouldn't be here. Look, I don't want to completely absorb what you're saying, but what you're telling me doesn't stop. I'll ask him about it later. I have to go check
That's a bit suspicious, Vanessa. Before Sun can respond, Vanessa hangs up. His arms drop in defeat as I make my way over to him, and he hands back the phone. Are you okay? Sun forces a smile and waves his hand in front of him nonchalantly.
Yeah, fine. Just worried.
Yeah, no kidding.
She thought it was this weird bug we had a while back, that maybe it was making me see things that weren't there.
A bug?
It's a long story. But she thought maybe I was hallucinating a rabbit we used to have here. When I told her the person was dressed like a rabbit.
Bonnie? But Bonnie and Vanessa look completely different. Bonnie's freaking blue and more blockier. Vanessa is just gray. What?
Yep, I tried telling her that it wasn't real, since you were there, and...
There used to be a rabbit here? Iris, get with the fucking times! Get with the times!
Yeah. I don't know much about him other than his name was Bonnie. He was one of the Glamrocks.
Huh.
Yeah. The others don't really like to talk about it, so...
Yeah, actually, I wonder what happened to Bonnie in Security Breach. I don't think it was confirmed. I think it was only theorized that something happened. Like, obviously, Bonnie was there. Bonnie was, like, in a sign or something, I remember. But I don't remember what the theories were about his, I don't know, his out of commission. I guess that's something else we can ask Vanessa about later.
Maybe.
Remembering what I'm supposed to be doing, I put my phone back into my pocket and go to the computer to shut off the lights for the third time. Halfway there. Glancing at the little digital clock in the corner of the screen, I keep a mental note of the time. 3 a.m. Oh, we are gonna go to 6 a.m., aren't we? I sigh, not wasting any more time in turning the lights off, watching as the room dims around me, and my only source of light are the screens and the little charging station on the wall. Yawning, I step back from the computer. I know I have to hurry up and get this done, but now that my adrenaline is starting to wear off, I don't know if I can. I sigh and glance back at Moon, who's giving me a knowing look.
Feeling tired.
Yeah. Probably a mix of the adrenaline and sugar starting to wear off, I think. Maybe I was hallucinating the rabbit after all. But you were— oh, it's a joke, sorry. I didn't know it was a joke. I thought you were being serious. Moon, however, seems less than amused, giving me a deadpan stare. I clear my throat, reading the room and taking my flashlight back out. I take my flashlight back out, making my way a few steps past the desk. However, when I look back at Moon, I notice the cable lowering behind him. He points a finger at me as he starts hovering off the ground.
Stay there. I'll be right back.
With that, he leaves, the cable allowing him to maneuver over the barriers of the daycare and disappear. Shrugging and lowering my flashlight, I stay put. Not like I was going anywhere anyway. I eventually decided to sit on the floor with my legs crossed and my chin resting on my palm. Since I have nothing better to do, I look around at my surroundings. Several towers of stacked foam cans, the sparkling floor, and large cutouts of the Glamrock animatronics that decorate the place. For a place that's full of kids during the day, it's weirdly organized. Probably because of Sun. He did say that he never left this place, and I can imagine keeping it looking nice is a big reason why. I can't help but feel kinda bad though. Sun and Moon's entire lives are in this daycare. I know they have each other, but I can't imagine spending all my time in such a small area. My train of thought is cut off when when a pair of red eyes peer at me just beyond the barrier. Vanessa! Vanessa, no! I sigh, pushing myself back up. There you are, Moon. Are we gonna— no, it's not. Yeah, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. A loud ringing hits my ears, and I jump, dropping my flashlight. What? Covering one of my ears with one hand, I try to pick it back up. And a familiar red haze overlays my vision. With it now back in my hands, I point it in the direction of the eyes. However, they disappear as quickly as they came, and the noise in my ears fades into nothing but the subtle ambience within the daycare. My arms drop to my sides. I hear the familiar sound of gears and robotics. When I look up, Moon is already re-entering the daycare. I'm not even sure if what I saw was real, or my mind playing tricks on me due to stress. Either way, I try taking deep breaths to calm down my rapidly beating heart as Moon approaches me, the cable unhooking from his back and retreating back up.
I wanted to do a quick check around the daycare, just to keep an eye on things. Also, I brought you this.
He gives me an open can of Fizzy Faz, and although reluctantly, I take it. So, nothing out of the ordinary?
So far, no.
Well, so far, yes. I have something to tell you. That's good. He stares at me for a moment as I take a long sip of the soda. Somehow, it tastes even sweeter than normal. Just,
Did something happen while I was away?
yeah, let's tell him.
Their heart's racing.
Are we gonna... Yeah, tell him the fucking truth. Why would you freaking lie? I don't understand. Well, is that even an option? Like, why the fuck would you lie? Like, let this dude do his job, bruh. Because that's the thing I don't get when it comes to, like, I don't know, like, in shows or movies, I get it if you want to lie to protect the person you're talking to, right? But in cases like this, where the other person is completely capable, right? Completely capable of protecting themselves, completely capable of, you know, just capable, right? Why would you lie? Because I feel like lying and keeping them in the dark about things like this would put not only you in danger, but also put them in danger. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of get that, oh, ignorance is bliss, like, type, like, sentiment. But I feel like that really applies to things that won't risk your life. Moon's expression softens as he waits for me to answer. I was over here, waiting for you to come back. And over there, I point to where I saw them, just past the barrier. I saw these red eyes. I thought it was you at first, but then I started hearing this loud noise. Moon's eyes widened slightly. It was the same thing I heard when that rabbit lady attacked me, so... Moon looks to where I'm pointing and takes a few steps towards it.
Did it look like she was trying to get in?
I don't know. She was just there. And right before you showed up, she just, well, vanished. I can hear Moon's internal fans getting louder.
Hopefully. I mean, she can't get in here.
Yeah, that would be nice.
The fact that she knows you're here isn't good, though.
You don't say. I take another long drink of the soda, using my other hand to point my flashlight towards the structures. Shall we now? Moon tilts his head at me.
Shouldn't you give it a minute?
Why?
I don't think trying to work with this level of stress is
I'll be fine. I've managed to pass 12 hours on like 10 minutes of sleep. I'll live.
I can't say I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this. All in charge of this place are known to spoil everything.
Oh, I'm a bit confused because I was like, oh, he's speaking, but he doesn't have a thing here. Moon gives me a bewildered look, sighing in annoyance. Look, just let me deal with this one generator, and after that, sure, maybe I'll take it easy for a bit. Moon raises an eyebrow, clearly not entirely believing me. Promise. Why would you lie? Again. I begrudgingly give in for now. Moon sighs before nodding his head at the structures, motioning for me to follow him as he leads me to the next generator. I set the soda can on the ground by the structures before I follow Moon in. He plops down next to the generator, looking over at me. I nod, putting my flashlight down so I can test the generator. The machine's LEDs turn green as the mechanisms come roaring to life. Good. No problems. I do notice that my hand holding the switch is shaking a bit though, more than normal.
Something wrong.
What?
You're just staring at it.
Oh. I switch the generator back off and pick up my flashlight before making my way back out of the structure. After picking up the soda can I left on the ground, I wait for a moment for Moon to follow, lightly tapping my foot on the ground. Moon stands back up, albeit still slouching, and gives me a concerned look.
Are you sure you're alright?
Yeah? Why? Moon points at my hand holding the flashlight. I didn't realize it, but I'm gripping the thing way tighter than I thought. I loosen my hold on it as I start walking back to the desk.
See why I told you to take a break now?
I roll my eyes. Yeah. Anyway, Moon stays silent, leaning back against the desk as I put down the soda and turn the lights on. I mark my progress and turn my flashlight off, watching as Sun sits on the desk, lightly kicking his legs back and forth.
So, break time.
I sigh. I can't. I have to finish this.
Hey, you said you'd take a break after that one.
Sorry, but I can't keep dragging this out.
Come on, please.
I make my way to the cables on the floor, being extra careful as I go to sit down since my hands are still shaking. A lot. Oh, okay, whoa, there's 6 now. Okay. That's fine.
No,
Oh! What the? Sun suddenly grabs my wrist and practically drags me away from the wall.
you're shaking. It's not safe to do that now.
Technically, he's not wrong. Hell, I'm practically vibrating. You sure that was a soda and not an energy drink that Moon gave me? I notice Sun's rays are shrinking a bit, and he's avoiding eye contact. Sun? Sun, what did you do?
Okay, maybe I put some stuff out. I thought it went out.
Just a rapid speaking. He says it so fast that his words start blending together, but I can still understand him. Seriously?
I'm sorry.
Just a little, I'm sorry. Aww. You're adorable, bro. Sun lets go of my wrist, staring at the ground like a kicked puppy. Uh-huh. I try to go back to the cables, only for Sun to drag me over to the desk again. Sun, really?
I know I messed up, but messing with cables and machines with shaky hands isn't safe.
I'll be fine. It's not a big deal, I'll be fine.
No, you might get electrocuted.
It's not that dangerous. Sun doesn't say anything for a moment, before suddenly picking me up. What?
1 second.
I notice the cable lowering. Good lord, not again. Sun, no.
I'll be careful this time.
The cable lifts us off the ground, much more slowly this time. Okay, he isn't messing around this time. Since he's not rushing, the ride isn't nearly as reckless. We're only in the air for a few moments before Sun steps onto the small balcony that leads into his room. Okay, why are we here?
Just a precaution. That's all.
Sure. Taking a good look at the room behind us, it feels oddly lonely compared to the daycare. There's a small staircase. Oh, is this the place with the arcade? I think it's the one with like the mini arcade or something. There's a small staircase leading into this space, which is only faintly illuminated by the bright fluorescent lights behind us. There's some fairy lights strung to the wall, but several of the bulbs are broken or dim. The floor is wooden and looks like it hasn't been swept in ages, and there's various random objects strewn around the floor, plushies, stools, foam shapes, and other things. In the corner next to a small chair is a broken staff bot, its body mangled and its head ripped off. I hear Sun give a nervous chuckle, clearly noticing me staring at his, well, less than colorful living space.
Welcome to my room.
That's why it's so messy. Kinda messy, don't you think?
Yeah. Neither the kids nor the staff come in here, so we never really thought about it. Well,
Sun goes and plops down onto a single beanbag chair in the corner of the room.
whatever you want to do up here, feel free.
Okay. I look around a bit, seeing if anything in particular catches my eye. One corner is covered in various drawings, most likely from the kids Sun and Moon look after on a daily basis. There's also a few messy rag dolls and other little things made to look like them, placed neatly on a small table. In another corner, what appears to be a hole in the wall leads into another room. My eyes land on Sun again. Art, art. Oh, that's so pretty. The hand anatomy is so pretty. The damaged staff bot rests in his lap as he tries to reattach his head. I'm not speaking properly. Whoa, what the heck? I just missed so many consonants just then. He doesn't even seem to notice me watching at all. Seeing how careful he's being with it makes me wonder how that bot got up here in the first place. But maybe I should leave that question for later. Ask about the drawings. What's this? I point to the corner filled with drawings. Sun beams when he looks at it.
Those are all gifts from the kids. Louie and I have eaten each and every one of them.
Sun's head tilts, his fingers lightly tapping on the hardwood floor as he goes on about all the drawings and things the kids made specifically for him and Moon. Got any favorites? My eyes are directed towards a little felt plushie of Sun. The fact that it's handmade is evident, with buttons for eyes and dried white glue all over the seams.
Of what Moon told you about the book. I can't pick a favorite. I love all of them.
I stifle a laugh. That's sweet. Sun laughs nervously, but before he can say anything, the fairy lights give a brief flicker before dying out.
Oh, come on.
I just watch as they transform into Moon, who seems surprised.
Those cheap lights are probably burned out.
Ah,
I can't see I'm surprised. Don't tell anyone I said this. I'll in charge of this place right now and discipline everything.
nah, I'm not arguing with you. Overworked and underpaid.
I will give them some credit, though. If it weren't for them being so stingy, I might not even be here right now.
What?
Remember that bug?
I nod. Moon leans back in the chair a bit, facing the ceiling.
I can tell you some
I'm seriously hoping the music is not louder than his voice, because I'm not gonna lie, his voice is getting quiet. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious. It would definitely explain some things. Like how Moon got the red eyes and why the generators are in the play structures. I nod before dragging a small cushion a bit closer to where Moon is and sit down.
Where do I start?
Well, how did you deal with it?
I'd say Sun was the one who left me deal with it. The lights in here we kept on at all times. Meaning Sunny was always active. As for me, I wasn't in a lot of trouble, so
So the bug mainly affected you?
however, it would be lying if I said Sun wasn't it.
I'm gonna have to lower that music. I'm so sorry.
If my generators had killed me, Sun was left on his own for a while.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone, buddy. Just gonna lower the music just a little bit, cause that's a bit crazy. What the? Okay. Lower it down a bit. Up the voices and up the sounds. Oops. Okay. Boom.
I won't go into detail, but I can't imagine what that felt like for him.
Okay, that is so much better.
Sun would go weeks without seeing anyone, while still having me alone.
He sighs, arms spreading out onto the floor as he stares at the ceiling.
I should have liked the bug eyes.
What? But it's not like you wanted the damn bug, bro. Well, that certainly clears some things up, but it still doesn't answer everything. I still have no idea what exactly the bug did to Moon, but from what I can tell, it sounds pretty bad. That, and how the bug came about in the first place, is still a mystery to me. Maybe now isn't the time to ask. You weren't in control, bro. Yeah.
No, I was, but
Then stop being so hard on yourself. I'd say you're more than making up for it now, and I think Sun agrees with me.
yeah, he does.
Exactly. Art. Why are you looking at us like that, bro? A small smile creeps onto Moon's face as he sits up.
If only the rest of the staff were just as nice. How are you feeling now?
What?
Is all the extra sugar starting to wear out?
I completely forgot about that, even though that's why we're up here in the first place. I've stopped shaking, which is definitely a good sign. Yeah, I think so.
Alright then.
Moon gets up and walks to the balcony as the cable lowers to his level. Yeah, one sec. Checking my phone for the time and any new notifications, I push myself off the floor, one hand on the curtain-covered wall for support. However, I feel something stick to my palm when I pull my hand away. Peeling it off with my other hand, I realize it's a piece of paper that's likely been taped to the wall. What catches my eye, though, is one word written in bold black letters. Missing. Are we gonna solve a mystery? I don't get a good look at the poster before Moon's voice snaps me out of it. Yeah. I quickly cover up the poster with the curtain before speed walking to Moon. The lights from the daycare shining onto the balcony cause Moon to transform back into Sun, who waves at me. I pick up the pace a bit, going to stand next to him. Wasting no time, Sun picks me up and brings me back down to the desk. My mind wanders back to the poster. The only other detail I got from that was that the victim is 7 years old. Just a kid.
So, what do you think
Huh?
of what Moon told you about the bug?
Oh. It must have been hard for you both. I think it must have been really hard for you too. Since Moon wasn't in control of himself, and you were basically isolated in here for what, weeks? Sun sighs as we walk to the desk, unhooking the cable from his back.
I don't really like thinking about it, but yeah. It does make me appreciate how things are now, though. It also makes me appreciate having Mooney around, too. Not having him around for that long was nonsense.
I shrug. Hey, I'd say you two at least learned something from it. Not that it completely cancels it out, but, you know. Sun nods, smiling brightly as usual. I sigh, glancing at the remaining cables. I take my phone out of my pocket to check the time quickly. 5 a.m. Oh yeah, we're going to 6 a.m. Well, I'm officially pulling an all-nighter. Nothing I'm unfamiliar with. Okay, so we have 6 cables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Easy. I stayed seated on the floor for a minute, stretching my arms above my head as I laid down on the cold, hard tile. Sleeping in that chair definitely didn't do my back any favors. Whoa, it's so bright! Whoa! I closed my eyes for a minute to block out the fluorescent light pouring into my eyes. Not that it really helps. Hints of orange and yellow managed to break through. I stay like that for a minute, until something blocks out the light. Opening them, I see Sun standing over me, hands on his knees.
Are you okay?
I toss an arm over my eyes. Yeah, all good. Not so good. What? That is so bright.
Need a hand.
I hear his footsteps as he moves around me, a good enough sign to peek out from under my arm as any. Sun's giving me his outstretched hand. Aw, take his hand. Yeah, that's so frickin' bright. Breathing out a laugh, I set my arm beside me and use my other to grab his. He smiles brightly as he pulls me up, putting his other hand on my shoulder for balance. Thanks.
No problem.
Sun gives me a pat on the shoulder before starting to walk back to the desk. I'm about to follow him, but I stop when I notice something. A few handprints on his back, along with bits of what I'm assuming is paint and marker ink. Sun?
Yes?
Is that paint on your back?
Oh! That's nothing. You know how kids are.
Sun laughs bashfully, waving his hand. Well, yeah, I figured. Does the maintenance staff help you with that, at least? All he does is fidget with his hands, eyes towards the computer. Well, that answers it. Ask why. Eyebrows furrowed, I follow Sun back to the desk. The staff really can't be bothered, huh?
Huh?
I lean over the desk, resting both arms on it as I look up at him. I don't know, the way you've talked about the staff here, do they really care that little about you and Moon? Sun shrugs, trying to keep the mood up.
Well,
Well,
not for everyone. Some don't mind us. Others do. But we try.
I'm so sorry. I did not realize that was him speaking. I'm like so disoriented. Uh-huh. So, you're sure it's fine? Sun nods, the bells on his wrists emitting a soft chime as he gives me a double thumbs up. That's so cute. You'd think whoever's at parts and services would be more on top of things.
Well, I'm sure they're busy. There's no need to bother them.
Every part of Sun's body is giving off a different signal. His hands wave everything off, his rays shrink back, and the smile he wears seems forced. Something wrong?
No.
I blink. Sun clearly knows that I'm not convinced.
Just, they're busy enough as is. Wouldn't want them worrying about us.
Is this about the bug? Sun staring at the floor, one head fidgeting with the ribbons around his wrists. He nods. Well, you want to talk about it? If not, it's...
No. Mooney already let you in on it. It's only fair that I tell you some things too, right?
If you insist.
Well, while the daycare was closed, we weren't really seeing anyone. And of course, the staff didn't stick around long when they had to come in here. They only stopped by to install the generators and make sure they were working. To keep Moon away. And I heard some of them talking once. One of them asked if they really needed to keep both of us around after.
Oh. So that's why he doesn't like parts and services. He's still worried that they're going to get rid of Moon.
Everything's fine now. I know that. I still can't help but worry. I don't know if I can handle being completely alone here.
Moon did mention Sun being isolated for a while. But if the staff did all that just to keep Moon at bay... Huh. Try lifting the mood, ask what Moon... I feel like if we're gonna know what Moon did, I feel like we're gonna have to ask the actual person themselves. Let's try lifting the mood. Let's try lifting the mood. Well, you clearly don't like the idea of being separated like that. Sun nods. But hey, imagine if instead Moon just had his own body.
What?
You know, you both get your own bodies, and you don't do the thing where you switch when the lights are turned off and on, you know? I shrug. Sun seems to be in deep thought.
If that happened.
I can hear the gears turning, literally.
Oh my gosh, I can finally hug him!
That is so fucking cute. Oh, you precious being. I jump slightly, not expecting Sun to shout like that. Well, someone has his priorities set. But yeah, there's food for thought.
We can't eat though.
You precious being! If anyone hurts you, I'm gonna kill them. Really?
Yes, but why would we?
Just, I heard stories about one of the Glamrocks eating trash. Chica.
What?
Nothing. To be fair, that would explain why their mouths don't open. Maybe I should try steering this conversation back on track. So, how do you feel about how things are now? I fidget with the scroll button on the computer mouse. Glancing at the time, we're already almost halfway through the hour. Didn't think my shift would include this much talking. At least, that makes this job more interesting than sorting cables in silence.
I can definitely say I like how things are. It feels nice knowing everything is mostly back to normal.
That's good, at least. Sun suddenly grabs my shoulders and forces me to face the computer.
Keep going, then. I don't want to keep you from your responsibilities for too long.
Fair enough. I look back at the time and sigh as Sun sits on the desk again. For fuck's sake, I would have inhaled a whole bottle of melatonin pills if I knew I'd be up this late. Sun seems to do a double take, pointing at me like he wants to say something before backing off. What?
Language!
You precious, precious boy. I raise an eyebrow, cracking a slight smile at his antics. Son, I'm an adult, and there's no one around.
I know. Just force of habit.
I snicker at that. Even when he's not working, he has a filter. That's cute. Art, and the lighting. Oh my goodness. The hand anatomy is actually kind of crazy. What the heck? I can't draw hands like this. You'll never catch me drawing hands like as beautifully as that. Every time I try to draw hands, it always looks like weird sausages connected to like a demented marshmallow. Sun says nothing for a moment, his rays spinning as he sits cross-legged on the desk.
What?
I shrug, checking my phone for any notifications. Just the fact that you don't cuss at all. You definitely could. It's not like you'd get in trouble for it. But you just, well, don't.
Well, I have to. I'd rather that than having to risk saying something bad in front of the kids out of habit.
Aw, that's sweet. How about Moon? Does he have a 24-hour filter?
Well, I think the bug affected his filters a bit, so... It's not fun.
It kinda is. Sun silently puts both hands on either side of my head before gently making me turn to face the computer before letting go. I roll my eyes, once cracking a smile at his antics. Alright, see you in a bit. The usual, lights out, moon's out, sitting cross-legged on the desk.
Drop it. I drop it.
Oh no, shit, I didn't know he was gonna continue talking. So about that filter.
Yes, I can say fuck. What about it?
I blink, not expecting that. Or at least not expecting him to do that so soon. Nothing. I step away from the desk, feeling a headache coming on when I start walking towards the play structures. Thankfully, it feels like a normal I only slept for 10 minutes headache and not a the weird rabbit lady is about to kill me headache. Never did I think I'd be happy for my headaches to be from lack of sleep, as if this night couldn't get any weirder. Moon hops off the desk and catches up with me. Honestly, I think I deserve workers' comp for this, 'cause I'm definitely not being paid enough to barely survive nearly being murdered by a woman in a rabbit onesie.
Don't joke like that.
I mean, it's true. Shush, I'm coping. Moving on.
Outside. You're lucky they even believed you.
Moon makes a gesture, asking me to follow him, and I tag along as he guides me towards the 4th generator.
Not that it's your fault. There's no what you would call urgent. Again, don't tell anyone I said that. I'm not trying to get scrapped anytime soon.
Yeah, good plan. I can faintly see the red light of the next generator behind the frame of the center structure. Just one more after this and I'm home free. One more and I'll get to leave. I'll leave not knowing when or if I'll see these two again. Might as well get any questions out of the way now. Hey, random question. Ask what the bug made him do. Ask where the bug came from. Oh man, I don't... Ask what the bug made him do. Ask where the bug came from. I feel like I feel like asking what the bug made him do is very, I'm gonna ask where the bug came from. If you don't mind me asking about the bug again, well, any idea where it came from in the first place? Bugs don't just spawn out of nowhere, unless someone messed with your programming or something. Moon doesn't say anything for a bit, as he guides me through the structure.
I can't say for sure, but it was definitely some kind of memory.
You think it was malicious, or just some sort of oversight?
Well, it seemed very intentional, so I doubt it was just a mistake in my code. But at least we shouldn't have to worry about it anymore.
We shouldn't? That's good. My mind wanders back to the poster I saw in his room. I'm hoping that I'm just overthinking this, and the poster being there is just an unfortunate coincidence. However, my thoughts are cut off when Moon suddenly turns and sits right next to the generator.
Your turn.
I nod, shuffling over and flipping the switch, listening to whatever motors and mechanisms are inside power on as the LED light flicks to green. 4 down, 1 to go. I turn off the generator as Moon makes a head start back out, and I scramble to follow him. Moon stands up straight, letting out what sounds like a sigh as he stretches his arms above his head. For a moment, I'm reminded how tall he and Sun actually are, just as he goes right back to his usual slouched stance. Moon notices me looking, and tilts his head slightly.
What?
Art. Compliment his height. Christ, you're tall. Moon looks at me, confused, like if I just asked if the sky is orange.
That's it.
Well, yeah, didn't really think about it until now, but my god, you're built like a whole giraffe. Moon snickers at my comment, leaning back against the structure behind us.
Should I take that as a compliment?
Yeah, sure. Hold on. Whoa. Okay, so that just really confirmed that this is possibly a dating sim? Possibly? Because we can flirt. We say it platonically, or we can say no. Obviously, we're not going to say no. Let's go freak for freak. And he liked that. You freaks. Moon crosses his arms, looking down at me while he waits for my response. Why are you looking at us like that? Oh. Oh no. Jesus Christ, why is he looking at me? That's what I was thinking! Why is he looking at us like this? This is very awkward for me. Yeah. I give it. That's not flirting. I'm pretty sure that's not flirting. That's just being awkward as shit, right? I give him an awkward thumbs up as if I just didn't forget how the English language works. If you're gonna say yes, bracket in like flirt, you just have to do it. You have to do it. You can't half-ass a flirt. I personally don't know how flirting works. I never flirted with anyone, and I never detected it when someone flirted with me. But apparently being nice in the real world is flirting, so that's something. I don't know how it works. I only know like blatant flirting, you know what I mean? But apparently there's a subtype of flirting or something. I don't know. I don't get it. Moon shakes his head, clearly entertained at my embarrassment. Thanks. He giggles to himself as he starts walking back to the desk. Jesus Christ. Am I really flirting with a robot right now? Yeah, you freak. As if I didn't make the choice. Maybe it's about time I do some serious introspection. Or I pretend that's entirely normal in hopes that it happens again. My god, Iris, no. Focus, you freak. I quickly stab myself out of whatever I was just experiencing. Of course, I follow him back, stopping at the computer.
Last one.
I know. Last one. It feels kind of weird knowing it's almost over. Earlier, it felt like I was making no progress, and now I'm about ready to leave for the night. Glancing at the clock, it reads 6 a.m. Or. Sorry, I was a bit surprised when the music stopped. With my hand on the mouse, I stare at the screen with the option to turn the lights back on. Maybe it's just paranoia over something bad happening when I step out of the door, but part of me doesn't want to leave yet, even though I already know I can't stay forever. I guess Moon caught me staring into space, though, as he waves a hand in front of my face. I blink, snapping back to reality. Huh?
It looked like you were spacing out.
Oh, well, you'd be right about that. We stand in silence for a minute before Moon speaks again. Yeah?
Do you think we'll see each other again after this?
I mean, sure. I don't know what I can say to that. I don't make those decisions, but considering how kind Sun and Moon have been to me, it would be nice to see them more often. Actually, thinking about it makes me remember something else. Well, I don't make those choices here, but I know that the glam rocks all have their designated mechanics. I just barely noticed Moon's expression brightening slightly. Maybe if I get some more time here, I could ask about that?
If it helps, Sunny and I could put in a good word for you.
That would definitely help. Thanks. I look back at the screen, feeling a bit of new motivation. Ready? Moon nods, and I turn the lights back on, wasting no time going to the last few cables that need sorting. Oh, we have 8 now. Okay. Oh, but they seem shorter. Oops. Yeah, they just shorter. That's easy. That's so easy. Before I can even move, Sun picks me up and places me on my 2 feet himself. Looking up, I can see him smiling down at me, his hands on my shoulders. Hey, Sun.
Hello.
So, what do you think of my little designated mechanic idea? I feel like we were supposed to say that, but...
It's a great idea. But until then, please stop by whenever you can, okay?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Sun's expression brightens, his rays retracting and expanding in what I think is safe to describe as joy. We both stand in silence for a moment, and I glance back at the computer. All I have left is to turn the lights off, test the last generator, and then I'm home free. I think Sun notices my gaze, as he lets go of my shoulders and lightly nudges me to the computer.
Go on. I'm sure you want to go home, right?
I shrug. Would be nice to go pass out for a few hours. What about you, though?
Well, I won't be leaving anytime soon. I still have plenty to do to prepare for tomorrow when we reopen.
That makes sense. I decide to quit stalling and turn off the lights for the last time, Sun standing behind me as I do so. As usual, the daycare is cloaked in a droning ambience, and I can clearly hear the attendance mechanisms behind me as Sun transforms into Moon again. You ready? Moon nods, already walking ahead.
Small question.
Hmm?
Would you mind if we walked you out of here? Just in case that person is still around somewhere.
As I follow him, I get flashbacks to just a few hours ago. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. Thanks.
It's the least we can do.
The last generator is at ground level, so it doesn't take long for us to find it. I still have to tell Vanessa about that whole thing later too.
That's true.
Whenever I come back here, I'll keep you and Sun updated. Scooting over to the next generator, I flip the switch. To my absolute surprise, it works. After switching it off, Moon and I exit the structure in silence. So, this is it, huh? Moon nods as he walks back to the desk. I follow. I look at the computer screen before glancing back at Moon. Hug him goodbye. Ignoring the computer for now, I wrap my arms around Moon's torso in a tight hug. He freezes for a moment, most likely not expecting it. He eventually hugs me back though, gently placing his hands on my back. We stay like that for a minute. I'm practically leaning on him, and I feel his hands lightly gripping the back of my shirt. I do let go eventually, though, smiling up at Moon as I'm about to turn the lights on. Moon smiles back, his arms crossed. Whoa! Art, art. My hand on the computer mouse, I glance back at Moon for the last time tonight. See ya, Moon. I love the lighting! And the red eyes are glowing. Look at that. Oh, the sparkles and all that. That's so cute. What the hey? That's so nice. See ya, Moon. Moon smiles slightly, his head tilted a bit. The daycare is lit up again, and I watch as Moon transforms into Sun. Not a word leaves his mouth. So, ready to head out? He shrugs, fidgeting with his hands.
I guess this will be my first time out of the daycare, which is exciting.
Yep. I go to pick up my stuff and make sure I'm not forgetting anything as I walk to the door next to the desk. Sun goes ahead and moves some of the makeshift barricade away. I gesture for him to follow me before I push the button on the wall, taking a few steps back while the door opens. As we're making our way to a nearby staff-only room, I glance back at Sun, who seems almost mesmerized at our surroundings. I don't blame him. He's never been able to see the rest of the Pizzaplex through his own eyes until now. The staff-only room is pretty mundane, but Sun is lighting up at every detail. He seems to snap out of it once we reach the exit, though. His eyes are back on the door, and he's back to fidgeting with his hands. Last hug. Hug, hug. Dropping my stuff on the floor, I charge at Sun with a hug, making him stumble back a bit. He seems almost stunned for a moment, before picking me up and squeezing me back, laughing. I lightly kick my feet back and forth in the air, just savoring the moment before I have to leave. Sun steps ahead of me to hold the door open, the nearly empty parking lot waiting outside. Thanks, Sun.
No problem.
After taking a few steps outside, I look back at him, waving my free hand. Art, art, ah, so pretty. So pretty. Hand anatomy is cooking. He waves back, energetic as ever.
Goodbye.
Bye. I continue my walk to my car, hearing the door close behind me and the faint sound of bells slowly fade away. I get to my car without any problems, placing my belongings on the passenger seat before starting the engine. I can feel a small headache coming on as I back out of my spot, but I'm sure it's nothing some sleep won't fix. As I'm leaving, though, I notice something in my rearview mirror. Vanessa. Or at least, I think I do. When I look, though, there's nothing unusual. Maybe I'm overthinking this. I decide I want to get home before I pass out behind the wheel, so I keep my eyes on the road, leaving the Pizzaplex behind me for the night. Okay, let's go. Okay, that was a cute little game. That was like that was such a nice game, honestly. That was so crisp and the art was crisp. Let's look at the art actually. Oh, we got all of them, yeah. Sun, Moon, just a little face for Moon. There's more. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Wait a minute. Secret endings? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Wait, let me just appreciate each art. Oh, cute. That is so cute. The art is so nice, honestly. Nice. Let's check. Oh, it's got a little face. That's so cute. And then Moon. I'm glad that they have like an even amount of artwork. I remember this. Nice. Oh, and there's a secret ending. Oh my god, there's two, it looks like. Or maybe it's like one secret ending and then these two artworks are in that one ending. But oh my god, I did not think that there would be a secret ending. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hour select. Oh, okay, wait, endings. There's a bad end. Yeah, this is the one that we went through. Yes, because we already went through it. Okay, hour select. So there's a hidden end. There's a bad end. Okay, well, definitely gonna go through bad end and hidden end. You know what? Okay, I'll end the episode here. The good end took an hour and 30 minutes. Oh my goodness. Okay, then I'll definitely have to do a part 2 then. Because I'm not gonna lie, my laptop is gonna freaking blow up. And I don't want it to blow up on me. Because if it blows up, I won't be able to use it for uni. But yeah, okay. Then, yeah, I'll do a part 2. And I'll try to get the bad end. I think I know what I'm gonna do for the bad end already. But the hidden ending, that's the one that I'm mostly confused about. Because I don't know how to get the hidden ending. But... oh, let me just pull out the credits actually. Yay. Yeah, nice. Nice. Vanny! It was Vanny! Oh my god, because I was like, I swear the gray rabbit had a name. It was not Vanessa, because obviously, like, it'd be like, oh, two Vanessas. Vanny, right, I completely forgot. But yeah, okay. Yeah, so cool. Oh wait, there's more. Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. Was it one voice actor for Moon and Sun? That's what I'm wondering, because I think from Sun and Moon Lover. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't say, but it'd be really cool if it was like, oh, one voice actor. But anyways, I will end the episode here. And I will definitely make a part 2 trying to get both the bad end and the hidden ending. Bad end I'm already gonna do because I already have an idea. I just don't gain the favor of these two, right? But the hidden ending is gonna take much longer. I might have to cut out so many parts for the hidden ending. I can already tell. But yeah, I will definitely try to do that. I'm thinking for the bad end. I may cut, I don't know. I'm thinking if I should, because the good ending took 1 hour 30 minutes, and that's like the full game. The bad ending may be around the same, but because it just would be very similar. Oh, but I don't want to cut out the interactions. You know what? This may turn into a 3-parter. 1 part for the bad end, 1 part for the hidden ending. I think, because I don't want to miss interactions, especially with choices that I didn't choose. I don't want to miss interactions and good voice acting. But yeah, I'll do that then. Alright, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that wherever you are, you're having a good morning or a good night, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.